Howdy Earthlings! This is a little old now, but just 2 months ago, Bandai released a new battling toy and collectible called Gyakuten Bari Bari verse, and I wanted to talk about it because it looks really interesting, and because I'm a Digimon fan, I'll eat anything Bandai gives me, even if it's not Digimon. I also wanted to see what my audience thinks of it because I think they're pretty cool, and I can see it doing well here, but maybe that's my weak dopamine and joy-deprived brain begging for anything that might make my neurons fire even just a little bit in these dark times that we live in. It's actually super important this time for you to tell me your thoughts on it after the video is done, because I'm thinking of picking some of these up and checking them out because they're cool looking. I'm serious though. Please tell me what you think. This isn't the typical YouTuber comment bait where I want you to just comment to increase my spot in the algorithm. You know why I'll read the comments, and I genuinely want to know what you think of these. Anyway, this new toy is a battling collectible toy like Beyblade or Bakugan. Basically gambling with a slight physical skill element. It doesn't have any of the building aspects that Beyblade has, and it doesn't have any of the card elements that previous Bakugan sets have had. As you can see with the art of it, it's very reminiscent of Digimon's edgier art, but with a hint of Pokemon cutiness. These have also sold out in Japan almost entirely, and are getting picked up by resellers and being sold for nearly 3 times as much here. They're very dirt cheap, only $2.50 a coin. So the way you play them is each coin has a rotating inner piece. You rotate it until it locks, then you put it on a surface and flick it at the opponent's coin. The goal is to hit the opponent's coin and make them flip. If it flips to match your team's color, which was decided before you started flicking, either order or extreme side, then you're the winner. If you don't flip them, then the winner is decided based on their aux value, which is like their attack power. It's on the coin. The one with the higher attack power breaks the tie. There are also rules like best of 3 and max of 3 coins per team, and there's a limit to how much total attack power your team can have. The easiest way to flip them is to hit their weak spot, which is the tooth on the front that clicks when you rotate the inner coin, or hitting the back side of the ring, opposite of the tooth. As for the collector's aspect, they have different rarities which have more powerful coins, as well as different variant arts like gold coins or black and white coins. The art is really cool and cute, and the same character has different forms depending on the faction or the side of the coin that they're on. I don't usually collect stuff for the looks of it alone, because I usually want to play the game that comes with it, like Magic or Pokemon, but $2.50 is cheap enough that I would do it. It might seem dumb or silly, but we were all surprised by the popularity of Yokai Watch, Beyblade, and Bakugan. Something that was so culturally unique to Japan still ended up being very popular with Westerners, so I can see Bari Bari being pretty big too. On the other hand, it's Bandai, and Bandai's terrible about keeping product in stores where I'm from. When new Digimon cards arrive, they're always from sets a year or 2 in the past. I think the price is going to be a huge factor in their popularity. When you can look at scalpers prices and go, oh, that's not bad. That just speaks to how cheap the toy actually is. I was fine with paying $7 a coin, but they're actually only $2.50 a coin. So you can see how when the US is struggling as much as it is right now, that a very cheap collectible might actually do pretty well here. And even if they do get picked up and resold, it's not that much more expensive if they flipped it for double. We're also huge on blind bag toys here too recently, like you've probably seen the dumpling sensory toys that are going crazy on TikTok. They also remind me of Pogs, which was a old random coin battler game from when I was a baby that was popular. I come from playing the Magic the Gathering where a pack of cards is like $7, and to play we have to buy a $25 to $80 deck depending on the mode that we're playing. But Bari Bari, you can get started with a friend for just $10. And Magic, we have this thing called Draft, where each player buys 3 booster packs, then each player takes a turn at the table picking cards from a pack to keep and then build their deck with. To get started, you need like 8 players to buy 3 packs apiece, or a minimum of 4 with special rules. That's still $21 to $28 just to play for a night. But something like Bari Bari, you could do a draft game that's just $10 a person. Right now, I think the rules are too bare and it lacks complexity. What I told you is not just the gist of it, but the whole thing. But I just wanted to share it and hear your thoughts on it. What's your level of interest in this now? Do you want it now? Would you want it only if it came to the US? Would you only want it if other people in your town had it? Or do you think it's the stupidest thing to ever dumb? Thanks for watching, and thanks to the supporters on my Patreon and members on YouTube like Ilwez, Alter Ego, Nightmare Wuna, Freya Games, Gezro, Am, Nebazy, Aspirin Artist, Paper, Fey Penguin, Momentary Unicorn, Nat, Marius Yini, Wormstar, Prask Beef, Colorado Blue, Vaderson, Linky, Eddie14, The Ace of Raccoon, Splackjack, Rask again, Willie Pete, TG Dante, Linky again, Astro Pixie YT, and Malding Brick. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna go stare at Japanese auction sites and try to keep myself from clicking buy. Bye. Like goodbye, not B-U-Y, but B-Y-E, as in I'll see you later.